Presenting the scenic grandeur of Mount Shasta and its Cascades, the land of volcanoes, known to the Indians as Shasta, the land of much smoke fire. This is the old home of William B. Ives, the first and only president of the California Republic, resting on the banks of the Sacramento River. Just out of the city of Redding is the old courthouse of Shasta City, fast falling in ruin. The rusty doors and locks hammered out nearly a century ago by blacksmiths. The streams are still alive with miners prospecting for gold, as in days gone by. The large hydraulic methods are still being used profitably and make a spectacular display, rushing the gravel down through the sluice boxes. In the midst of this mountainous country, we find an old, thriving mining village, Weaverville, with its old-fashioned spiral staircases, and the first Chinese joss house on the Pacific coast, an oriental house of worship. In the primitive wilderness of Trinity County, we discover the little Switzerland of America, and with pack trains, we climb up snow-capped Caribou Mountain. We soon reach the Trinity Alps, with Thompson Peak and its enormous glacier just across the canyon, where the melting snows have created a series of over 60 emerald blue lakes. With difficulty, we proceed over the snowbanks of Paradise Lake, with the Marble Mountain range in the background. From here we can see in the distance the Trinity Alps, over which we have just passed. This Marble Mountain stands in defiance of all the elements, a monument to Mother Earth's upheaval of centuries gone by. Turning eastward, we pass the famous Klamath River, with its weird water wheels, providing power for mining operations. Returning to the Sacramento River at Dunsmuir, we pass 15 square miles of castle-like jagged granite peaks, emulating the romantic castles of old. This eminent work of nature is the Castle Crag Wilderness State Park. Close by, in the shadow of Mount Shasta, is the largest fish hatchery in the world, supplying over 14 million trout annually to the waters of the Shasta Cascade Wonderland. Standing as a sentinel of old, Mount Shasta towers over 14,000 feet into the clouds and overlooks the golfer's haven at McLeod. Close by, we find Moss Bray Falls, making an artistic display at Shasta Springs. Just a few miles from here is Lassen Volcanic National Park. Centuries ago, this volcanic mountain towered over 25,000 feet, and it is said that the entire Earth's surface was pitted with volcanic craters such as this to carry off the tremendous heat compressed within the inner zone of the Earth. Lassen Peak is all that is left of this mighty volcano. We are now on a highway built within the old crater of the only active volcano left in America. Volcanic action is still alive in many places, for clustered around the outer slopes are many steaming geysers with simmering cauldrons and boiling colored mud pots. The Lassen volcano threw lava out over thousands of acres of virgin timberland, filling canyons and lakes such as Butte Lake, making this weird picture with the great cinder cone in the background. This is the largest lava flow in the world, with beautiful shorelines left here and there, untouched by this once seething river of fire. As the top of the lava cooled, the lower strata continued flowing, leaving enormous caves such as this, perfectly formed, so that one may explore back in these caverns for nearly a mile. Indians used to dwell within these caves, for their old petroglyphic writings are still to be found on many walls. In the very center of this phenomena, beautiful streams suddenly appear. Here Burney Falls flows from a precipitous height after passing over a lava cap, and many streams flow directly out of the center of these falls through the porous lava to a crystalline pool below. The Pitt River makes its way through its porous formation, mothering millions of rainbow trout. From Alturas, we pass Mill Creek Falls in Jess Valley, head of the Pitt River. We are now in Modoc County, which is famous for mule deer. We see a baby fawn trying to hide. Uh-oh, he's gone. There are numerous hot springs and geysers all the way to Lake County, Oregon. And at Lakeview, Hunter's Hot Spring is the only continuous geyser known. In this valley is the largest geological fault in America, Abert Rim, rising majestically 2,600 feet above the floor of the valley. This monstrous fault in the earth extends for 45 miles down the valley toward Lakeview. From here we follow the Shewaukan River toward Klamath Falls, where numerous pelicans float leisurely down Link River. These old pelicans are always busy with their favorite vocation of fishing. And oh, what a wonderful bird is the pelican. In Ashland, we find the famous Lithia Park with its gorgeous flowers, its wildfowl, and Lithia Spring Fountain forever flowing its health-giving water. Near Medford, we come upon the captivating Rogue River, the playground of the steelhead trout that lure the best of fishermen. And this Circle Highway leads into Crater Lake National Park. As we approach it in winter, the snowplow opens the way, throwing a shower of crisp Kringles tinsel high into the air. Crater Lake is considered the most spectacular enigma known to Earth's science. Mount Mazama was the original name of this volcanic mountain, towering skyward over 27,000 feet. Mount Mazama was destroyed by the very same forces which brought it into being. Violent bursts of fire fragmented rocks and lava until the outer shell finally gave way, caving into its own crater, then gradually filling with water from the rains and mountain snowfall. Here, 1,000 feet below, we suddenly behold the gem of the Cascades, cradled in the caldera of a mighty mountain, with this cup-like shape at the top to gather the water from the rains and mountain snowfall. Crater Lake has a natural beauty beyond belief in winter, and is equally as enchanting in summer, with the vivid blue water and spectacular volcanic shoreline reflections. The thrill of driving up the side of this majestic mountain, either from the Rogue River Valley or the Klamath Basin, is an experience long to be remembered, when at the top you are rewarded with a view of these inimitable waters which mysteriously seem to change their colors as you gaze upon them. And look who's here. These modern snowplows do disturb one's winter naps so much. These big fellows probably came out to enjoy the Pacific Coast's unusual weather. And look at the big overcoats they have to wear. Watch them, true sportsmen that they are. They are staging a boxing bout for our benefit, with a referee and everything. Evidently just another bad decision, for they chased the referee up a tree. Wildlife and romance, lakes and rivers, majestic mountains and charming valleys, Shasta, the Shasta Cascade Wonderland.